Procurement. Are you doing procurement when you do your design project? Are you putting on a procurement fee, purchasing fee? Because if you're not, I want to know why aren't you? I also want to talk about why you wouldn't. I like doing procurement because A, it allows me to not only control the design, make sure that all the details are there, but also important stream of income with the design. Because if you're not doing procurement, I don't really make money on design fees, just design fees alone, right?
Totally agree. Yes.
So what are you doing? What are you doing for your procurement? Purchasing. What you purchasing?
So I charge a fee, right? It's part of full service design, so those fees are higher, as well as I charge reasonable retail pricing for any product that we are procuring for a client. So
Yeah,
we
I've been
keep
thinking.
we
Yeah,
keep that margin in there from, our pricing to the retail.
right. I am thinking it's not reasonable anymore.
Well,
Reasonable for
true.
me, like
Reason-
because reasonable, right? It is reasonable. It's more than reasonable. I'm just thinking it's unreasonable for me because that's what I do. I charge a flat design fee for the project.
Mhm.
Then procurement fee or purchasing fee, which is
Right.
always the retail price.
So do you break that down
No,
or it's just
absolutely
one price?
one price.
Because I don't break it down either.
I'm just
Like,
like, here is your price, and it could be more online, or it could be more wherever you're going, or it could be less. I mean, I sort
right.
of compare sometimes online, but sometimes
Say,
I don't. It's like, you know what? It takes a lot to okay, forget about the design part. Okay, just even you curate all the pieces for your design. Or that's all in the design fees. And then you get your client on board. And that's all part of design fees. But that can be a lot because I've and I don't know why it took me a long time to realize that everybody doesn't see the vision that I have because I see the room and I'm like, got it, makes sense. And my clients are like scrambling to keep up sometimes because I'm not doing a rendering right off. I'm
mhm,
like, let's put it together. Let's see how it all looks together.
yeah,
Let's make some choices. Let's get some things going, and then I'll do a rendering.
right.
But like, I'm not doing the rendering right off because the choices that I make are quite possibly not the choices that like are not all the selections that my client would make. And that rendering, you have to have every detail sorted out to make it worthwhile.
Exactly. Yeah. And the first go around is really the starting point, right? So you're going to find out like which pieces are keepers, which ones can be maybe need to be adjusted. Like that's that working session of like the first phase. So based on that feedback, then we can start to finalize everything and make final selections.
Right. Then when I'm like 90% done, I'll do a rendering if I haven't done something before, but
Right.
or if I need a rendering. If I don't need one, okay. Or we're doing yeah, I guess they're renderings. Yeah, we're doing renderings. But the purchasing is taking a lot. And I've been thinking it's a little unreasonable that it's just reasonable retail because not only okay, you've paid me now, but it's not about my time. It's not about the time. That's why I do flat fee because it's not about time. It's
I
about
agree. Yeah.
the knowledge, the experience that
The
you're paying for.
efficiency, the
Yeah,
process.
right. And then the
Yeah.
purchasing fee, I mean, there is so much that goes into it, and it can go on for months because, things happen. Like I have a chair that we ordered last October. We're just waiting for it.
Oh my God.
It's coming from Spain. But yes, granted, the client didn't know that, but we call every week. Where is it?
Right.
Can you give us an update? What's the scoop? Not to mention because it was so custom. We get the fabric from here, we get the chair from there, it's going here, and it's like, get this together with that over here.
Yeah.
And it could be 2 or 3 fabric, even with one for the pillows, one for the seat, one for the back,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, right? I'm like, okay. all that time, am I actually getting compensated?
Yeah, I had that recently happen too with something as simple as, well, not simple, but sounds simple, window treatments, right? Draperies. Okay, so I went to the design center with a million fabrics, literally, and I'm sourcing through to find the exact shade of pink in the perfect weight that my client wants, that's not too heavy, not too light. And so I was in there for 2 hours looking through fabrics. Now I'm finding trim. I want to do like a pom-pom trim on the end or whatever it is, finding like the perfect color. But like finding it is one thing. Now you have to go through the process of pricing it out, like the whole production of it. So how much is just the materials? And doing this really like makes you understand how time consuming it is, right? What are the materials costs? Like what's my cost to get the materials? Are they in stock? When will they be here? Now I got to coordinate with the workroom. Well, how much will you charge to produce this,
Fabricate
install it, measure, or come back after,
everything.
all the things. Now I'm waiting for that price. Now I got to put both prices together, send it to the client. So that takes a whole bunch of effort and time and work. And you haven't even ordered it yet,
Mhm.
you know?
It's just I'm laughing because I literally have spent the last whatever doing the exact same thing on window treatments
Yeah.
that are pink. I swear to God, I'm never gonna do pink
But
again.
wait, the funniest, well, not funny, but the funniest part of the whole thing was after I did all of this work, my client had her daughters come and visit from out of town, and I had got her the most beautiful quilts for her bedding so that this drapery was like perfectly tying in. And she's like, my daughter loved the bedding so much, she wants to take it and use it in her house. So we don't need to use we can't use those draperies anymore because she's taking the bedding. I'm like, what?
Had she
So
bought the draperies?
what?
Had she bought those draperies?
No, I had sent to her, had sent everything to her to approve, like, this is the pricing, this is, everything. But by that time, she's like, well, my daughter was here and she liked it, the bedding so much that we got that she wants to take it and use it in her house.
I was like, "Too bad. Yeah, too bad. We're gonna do it. You're gonna get the same bedding, and you're gonna do the winter treatments because you gotta go back." Yeah. Well, what happened was with these window treatments is that the fabric ended up being exorbitant, and we needed, like, because I don't know how many yards, like, when I present the beginning, I'm like, I'm seeing, like, draperies, something like this, and I always bring my inspiration, like,
Mhm.
fabric palette. "Is it this? Oh, she really loved it, blah, blah, blah." Well, we need
Hmm.
30 yards, and the fabric is, you know, $386 a yard,
Yeah.
which is okay for some people, but it wasn't in her budget.
Right.
So now I have to find something that I can get, because you can't I can reduce the cost of the drapery, but I by the fabric cost, but I can't reduce the cost of the drapery with the labor. It's the
Right.
labor no matter what.
Exactly.
And okay, I reduce the cost of the hardware, but not the it's still labor. And so at some point it's like, okay, now I'm spending $10 a yard on fabric, but I'm spending thousands on labor. The $10, it's not even worth it using the $10 fabric.
Right. Yeah.
Because the client was like, well, we could use this fabric. And
Yeah.
we actually have a sample. We're like, there's no way that I would waste anybody's money fabricating this into these beautiful custom window treatments because the fabric just isn't worth it.
Right.
End of the day. I mean, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, window treatments and anything with like custom fabric, custom trim, it's a lot of effort
definitely.
and the process takes a long time. Even wallpaper. I just had a client I priced out. We're doing wallpaper in 6 rooms in her house.
Love it. Love it.
Me too. So I get all the wallpaper and she's great. Approved everything, order it, you know, done. She's great. We get the order in. Now we're starting to get message from the companies like, because when you price it versus when you put the order in, stock can change, obviously.
Yeah.
So, out of the 6, maybe 3 or 4 are back ordered, but, some are like a month, some are 2 weeks, one is 3 months. So now they're kind of all gonna be staggered. So, that's even more time and effort to stay on top of all of these, it puts off the install. Like, there's so many moving parts to this. I can't
Or
even.
you're doing the install like 3 times because 'cause we're like, "Okay,
Right.
we'll do these 3 rooms, then we'll do these 2 rooms, and then we'll do this room," because of the like,
Yeah.
you could parcel it out based
Yeah,
on,
we're
like,
gonna
"Okay, this room
split it up
was."
into 2,
Yeah.
but, like, I can't even book the installer for the first one because I really don't even have a accurate date of when I'm gonna have enough to do
Oh,
one day.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so
Right.
procurement is pricey and with good reason, because we are saving the client from doing all of that, you know?
So I'm thinking, like, I have different products have different markups, but my markups are I'm like, "Oh my goodness, on this product, it's not I need to mark it up more." Like, because,
Yeah.
the designer discounts are less on here and more less on
Right,
there,
right,
and
right.
I'm like, "No, it's gonna go up above
Yeah.
reasonable retail because
Yeah.
it is not reasonable anymore because the discount isn't so."
The discounts suck. No, they really do.
Well,
That
the company's gonna I hear you. They
some of
gotta
them
make
are
money too.
terrible.
They gotta make money too.
No,
Like, I get
agreed, 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 agreed.
and, and the fact is that most of us are not getting it directly from the manufacturer. Unless you're doing custom. Like, if let's just say you're doing Bernhardt, you're not directly getting from Bernhardt. You're doing it
Right.
through
A
a rep
showroom. Yeah.
or a showroom that carries Bernhardt, and all the finishes and fabrics and, you know. So there has to be some sort of like, people have to make their money on the way because it's,
Yeah.
you know,
And we have to remember too, pricing on all of these things has gone up like 30-40% easy.
so
Some things
easy.
have doubled. So, over the last 5 years.
So what do you think is right now, what would it cost you to do like a medium-sized kitchen? What would be
Oh my god.
sans the labor?
Wait, with the labor?
No, no,
No
sans.
labor.
Without the labor, en française, sans le labor. Without labor.
Without labor.
I'm
Okay.
going to Paris in 2 months.
I was gonna ask you when you were going. I didn't know if it was June.
July.
Okay. Well, that's exciting.
I'm practicing my French. I was
Okay.
practicing Japanese for months. Now I'm practicing French. It's like,
Good for you. Okay.
so
Kitchen?
without the labor, medium-sized kitchen. Like, I give a number to my clients and I say, okay, this is your design fee, and then this is the investment amount, not labor. What's your minimum? Like a medium-sized kitchen,
Cabinetry, countertops, appliances,
hardware,
everything.
lighting, appliances. Yeah,
I mean, well, see, I always give the estimates with labor in it for something like that. So for a
yeah. I'm not
kitchen,
doing that anymore.
what?
I'm not doing that anymore.
I
I'm not
know I've
giving.
always done that in the past, so I'd have to like think about it too. But it depends, like what kind of appliances,
Yeah. Well,
because that's a huge
sometimes
number.
it's at Premier Construction. Hello, we're good. We're just talking about the cost of actually doing a kitchen
Yeah,
without appliances. And I do tell, like, I gave an investment amount to a client recently. Um,
in $100,000
yeah, 120. And then she was
without the labor.
without the labor.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I just literally was watching another designer who made a video about this, and they were pretty much in the same ballpark as we are because I mean, you can't get a kitchen for $50,000. I mean, unless maybe you're
Well, you
using
can
yeah, I don't
go to
know.
Lowe's. Sure,
Yeah,
go to
I
Lowe's.
mean, yeah, exactly. But I don't really consider that because I never use that. So, I'm not using
Absolutely, Lemus. He's works construction in New York. If you need any help in this area, let me know. Sure, reach out to me. Send me an email. I'm always looking to work with contractors, as is Elizabeth, because she does work in New York too. But reach out to us. You can find our contact because we'd love to hear from you. We always like
yeah,
collaborating with contractors, builders, etc. 100,000 minimum, that they're
oof,
not including. Yeah, because when I gave my this, number to my client,
yeah,
she wants very high-end appliances. And I said, then there's this thing. you have these very high-end appliances and cheap cabinetry. Not such a good idea. Like, you have to bring if you're gonna spend a lot on appliances, yes, they work a lot, but then your cabinetry has to
Etch up.
edge up too.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah,
countertops. That's another big, big ticket item.
yeah. So what are you thinking about quartz these days?
I mean, listen, I always prefer real stone, marble, quartzite,
Right.
always. There are clients that do want quartz, so it doesn't excite me, but it's okay. I'm doing a kitchen right now, and I'm so happy my client is using real gorgeous stone, so that excites me. But
Yeah.
I mean, quartz, it's not my favorite, but I understand, some clients do want it, so of course I'll use it, but I try to find the best ones that don't look fake because 90% of them to me just look fake.
As I look
So
at
I
my
have my
kitchen counter
favorites.
as I look at my kitchen countertop I use quartz in my kitchen. Yeah, I mean, I love natural stone, but it comes down
Yes.
to cost, but now there's that whole debate about the toxicity of using quartz, right?
What do you mean talk? What? Tell me.
Well, yeah, yeah, isn't quartzite is a natural stone.
Yes.
Quartz is a man-made stone,
Right.
right? Well, the polymers, etc., when you're cutting it, get airborne and it can lead to respiratory problems like asbestos, right? Asbestos is fine. And so, they're going to drill your sinkhole or,
Right.
the faucet hole in your place. It is airborne, but it's also a toxic product for fabrication.
Huh.
Huh. She says, okay. Yeah,
Well,
I know.
that's another good selling point for real stone.
It is. It is. I
But,
love real
I
stuff.
mean, real stone in the kitchen, you're easily like 20, 30 grand. So it just depends on the client's budget. I know the one I'm working on now, we need like 2 or 3 slabs.
Yeah. The one I'm doing, we need at least two slabs.
Yeah. But I did, have a client reach out to me from New York recently who wants to do a bathroom renovation. And so I was like, "Just, how much do you think a bathroom renovation should cost? Like, how much are you willing to invest?" Because I feel like most people, you know, maybe don't have any idea how much bathrooms cost right now. And because
Especially in the city.
yeah, so she said she's like, I was figuring she didn't want to tell me at first, but I was like, well, I just want to let you know, like, we can't do bathrooms for 20, $30,000 anymore. It's like doesn't exist. So
Can't even do it in Jersey for that.
yeah, so she told me, she's like, "No, I was figuring it would be around 50." I'm like, "Okay, well, that's depending on the level of finishes and stuff that you want, it's not a big bathroom, but obviously you have to see what your contractor's labor costs are, but
Was
I mean,
that just
that's
the
the bare
investment
minimum."
amount with labor? 50 with labor?
That's what she's thinking. I'm like, "Well, you're gonna need to talk to a contract," but I mean, there's so much in, again, just the fixtures, the materials, the demo, all the labor, the construction, it's
Permits?
yeah.
Time. And the
Yeah.
problem is that you can never put in a you're not really putting in a full day. You can't get there. You can't usually get in the building till 8 or 8:30, and you have to be out, like,
Well,
4
I do houses. These are single family houses.
in New York City.
Well, the boroughs.
Okay, in the boroughs. I'm talking about New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, single family, you have a better opportunity there.
Yeah. So
But,
I'm
like,
like,
New York
maybe
City
you have to talk to contractors, but I'm not, for her project, I'm like, since I would be designing it remotely, you'd have to, get your own contractor.
yeah. She, because 'cause I'm doing a bathroom in the city,
Okay.
just for
Yeah.
labor
I
alone.
feel like the city, you have to double everything. Just the
This is
aggravation of it all.
this is a let's just say 2, 4, 6. Like, you couldn't get a smaller bathroom in the city, a tub, a sink, and a
Mm.
24-inch vanity across from each other, one little aisle, right?
Yeah.
The labor on to demo that was and the construction was I had 2 estimates. They were 85 grand for all just the construction, not any of the pieces.
85,000 to demo and do the bathroom.
Labor,
Just labor.
not
Wow.
even considering tile,
My God.
fixtures. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, wow. And so we're doing a very so the client didn't like that, which is fine.
Yeah.
And he just wants to do an upgrade. The upgrade is like 40 grand, all included. And that's just like new vanity, few little tiles, leaving the whole tub thing alone. Not even a shower door because of the shower door meant redoing the frame of the actual
Yeah.
door because the tub hits the frame of the door, and so you can't put a shower like he has a currently like just a half
Yeah.
footer, like half a door, but
Uh-huh.
it's spraying water everywhere. You
Yeah.
can't put a full door because one end isn't flat or flush. So you have to build that out and take off the whole door frame to do that. I'm like, okay, not worth it. Let's put in a shower
Yeah.
curtain. Not what I like to do in a small bathroom but like if you want to spend 40 grand, you're not getting a shower door.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you say the minimum for a bathroom is? Bathroom remodel? Like in a house.
Yeah. Okay. Master, a primary
Yeah,
bath, easily.
like in a Jersey
I'm in the midst of doing one right now. 85.
without labor?
Yeah, without labor. 85 without 75, 85 without labor.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Because and I explain to my clients, I say, look, you can't layer in. Sometimes the clients are like, look, we can layer in. We'll do the first layer and then the next layer and then we'll do the finished layer, right? Like you can't do that with a kitchen or a bathroom. You can't
No.
say, okay, this year we'll just do the sink and faucet. Next year we'll do the dishwasher and the stove. The following year we'll do the stove. You can't do that. You need everything to make the kitchen worthwhile, right? You just can't say, okay, I'm just gonna. Whereas like sometimes with my clients, like if we're doing something and then they're like, well, we want to do this room, but we don't have the money. And then it's like, okay, well, we'll first get the big pieces. We'll get the big piece of furniture, and then we'll look at the smaller pieces of carpet, and then the window treatments and the art, so we could layer it in as we're going along. And that way, if they feel like, well, I don't want to put out all that amount, well,
Yeah.
it'll happen over the course of like a year or a year and a half versus, you
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
4 months or something, right? So they're like, okay, okay, but you can't do that in a kitchen. We'll have
No.
no fridge this year. We'll have it next year.
Yeah.
And then, like the fridge is so expensive. We're talking about 20, I don't like 30-inch deep fridges. Who uses those anymore?
Never use them.
Yeah. Counter depth is crazy.
Yeah. I know. And the built-ins and the paneling and all that.
Crazy. Yeah. So, yeah. What do you have for a master bath kind of minimum? It depends on the size, obviously, because some masters are
Mhm.
bigger and some are less, right?
Yeah. I mean, I did one 2 years ago and I think it was just under 70.
No.
But 2 years later, it's gonna be probably 20% more now. I mean, I would say for a master bath, big with tub, shower, double sinks, all that, you're probably in the 90 to 100
Easy. No.
easily.
Yeah, I know. I got to get on I got to start the construction on this bath
Yeah.
because things are going up as we're speaking, right? But just trying to like the layout sheet. This client lives in a home that was built, as a spec home.
Yeah.
So now she's upgrading.
Mhm.
So what she had is like, uh, eh, we have to move the layout. It's not even
Yeah.
close to because the toilet is just right next to this double vanity. No, we're not going to put it next to a vanity in a multi-million, in $1 million home.
Right.
Like somehow we have to carve out a spot for the toilet, separate toilet stall.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking about resale. You wanna add like, there's no point in just replacing which brings me back to another topic we'll contact because Limas was in here from Premier Construction working with contractors, right? Like everybody will go to well, the contractor says I can do it for 75,000. Yes, because the contractor is just going to probably direct replace everything,
Yeah.
not really think about, okay,
Like
yes,
Home Depot stuff.
or, you know, yeah, build a grade. There's going to be nothing interesting. And the fact is that, okay, you have that corner jet tub that he's going to pull out and put in a standing tub. But
Gonna
maybe
pull it
that's not,
out of the 1980s
yeah,
and put it
I
in
know,
your house.
right. But that may not be the best place for the tub.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I'm on a new kick right now. It's like, okay, start talking to your interior designer before you talk to the contractor.
I've been saying that for years.
I know, but I don't know. I know I've been saying it for years, but
I
like,
don't I don't understand why that people don't get that yet, because if you have a contractor come in and bid your kitchen or bathroom or your whatever, your
what are they
renovation,
doing?
how do they know what they're bidding on? They're just giving you minimums that have nothing to do with anything, that it doesn't make any sense. It's useless.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
So I've been trying to talk to a lot of people, and I don't know. I was on a kick with it a while ago, and I got distracted with other things. I'm back on my kick of like talk to your interior designer before you talk to your contractor.
Yeah, and then they hire the contractor, they're started the project, and then they contact the designer and everything's a big rush. Well, we have to get this.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't work. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, like we can rush it, but why? That's not the right way to do it.
Yeah. Now you're stuck with what's readily
Yeah.
available, and who wants what's readily available?
No. And don't start having an architect make your plans either before you've had a designer,
Right.
because you're just paying for things that need to get redone.
Yeah, I agree. But that's like education, education, education. And, of course, a lot of
Yes.
people haven't worked with interior designers. They don't understand that. They have
Yeah.
the resources to buy it, work with the designer.
Mhm.
And, it's our job as designers to educate people because they don't
Yes.
know. And like, I don't know. I don't know what it takes to prepare my taxes because I never do it. So, I mean, I pay my taxes, not that I want to, but I
Right.
do, but I don't put them together. And I'm like, okay, whatever it takes, whatever you charge me and my accountant charges me, save me money and do
Yeah.
my taxes. All I have to do is sign the dotted line, please.
Yeah. I, you know what? I think a lot of contractors, still think that, oh, the designer, they're just going to pick your tile or your fixture, or like they're looking at it that way, as like individual pieces,
Right.
instead of creating this whole vision from scratch, which ultimately affects everything that they're building. And I think that's where the disconnect is, a lot of times too. 'Cause
Yeah.
they think of it like, "Oh, it's no big deal." Like, if you don't wanna use the tile allowance that I put in and you're gonna pick a new tile, what's the difference? But we know, like, installing large format costs more than other tiles, or we want a special design. So, like, everything affects each other.
Right. Because it's not just the selection of tile, it's how is the tile installed? Is it soldered? Is it offset? Is it, herringbone? How is it installed? And then, like, how is it finished? What are the ends? Like, I mean, to go on and on. What's the backsplash? What's the floor? What's the shower? What's the shower floor? Are you doing the ceiling?
Yeah.
Is your contract okay? I know this is design tea, so all us designers know it. Now we're just getting bits of, but what client knows that?
Yeah.
So it gets back to not like there is just no way in heck that your design fees are covering all those great decisions and then the procurement. So you got to add procurement fees and purchasing fees, and it should be more than you think is reasonable, in my opinion, because it isn't reasonable. Because by the time you get through making all those decisions, procuring the product, and then watching it being executed and installed,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
you got to be
It's
paid
not
for it all.
it's not reasonable. After all the time I spent trying to do those draperies,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not reasonable.
it isn't. I'm talking to myself. I'm telling myself this, I tell you, because sometimes I do
Yeah.
get lost
So
in
then
the
in a situation like that, when you do all that and they don't order it, you've really wasted your time.
yeah.
So there's that too, you know, which has to be factored into all of your pricing and your fees.
Yes.
All the back and forth with the wallpaper, you know? Why did we get into this business?
We're bringing
Because we
beauty into
love
the
it. We
world. It's
do. We
about
love it.
bringing making places beautiful. We deserve to live in beautiful places.
We
And why shouldn't places be beautiful? You got to make a choice. You can paint a wall white, or you can paint it a beautiful color that helps. That
You can
helps.
buy a car or you can, like, do your bedroom.
Yeah, and where are you going to spend more of your time? In the bedroom. You know you're going to be in your bedroom 8
Yeah.
hours a day without
Yeah.
fail. Okay, 7. Uh-oh. Um, sorry, it's telling me I can no longer be on Instagram. My
You
time
ressured
limit
it.
is up. Yeah, I have a limit because, there's too much good stuff on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I got to say today. We're
Yeah.
here bitching. I'm sorry. We're here. We're here talking about the trials and tribulations of being an interior designer. Elizabeth and I talk every week on Tuesdays at 4, although it isn't 4 yet. Today we're a little early. I forgot to mention
Early
that.
today.
We're early today. Sorry about that. Sometimes kind of like other things end up getting in conflict. But Elizabeth and I talk about all the design tea, like how to make the design business profitable or not, reasonable or unreasonable. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
So
we'll hear.
hope we, help you guys. And if you have any questions, you can always DM us or message us any of your questions and we can talk about them on here on next week.
Yeah, we'll be here every Tuesday,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next week, Tuesday, 4 o'clock on the design tea.
See you next week.